Wanted, someone to go back in time and cover games news with us. This is not a joke. You'll get paid in exposure after we get back. We have done this 11 times before. Journalism not guaranteed. Welcome to the podcast. The podcast, everyone applause. Yay! Journalism not guaranteed. The gaming news podcast covers future, past, present, future not included. I'm Tectonic Improv and I hate my life. These are my co-hosts, Tabby Nickel.
I also hate my life.
No toxicity.
I am present in this episode.
And he's down bad. He's gonna talk,
now.
everyone. He's back. He's back in POG form. He's gonna. He made sure to check his audio this time.
It's true.
Oh,
What are you talking? No,
gracious.
wait, Tech, you couldn't hear him on the last episode?
Yeah,
Don't do
it's
this.
true.
I mean, we can hear him loud and clear.
Hey, last episode, there's the Protus episode.
You know what's funny is there was a part in the last episode where you say something, Null, and me and Tabby both like laugh hysterically for like 30 seconds, and we had like I was like, what the fuck did he say? I don't remember.
I'm just too funny, dude. My presence alone makes people laugh.
Just like awkward silence. It was good. Oh man, let's. Okay, I'm gonna start with this, and I'm sorry. I'm gonna start on like kind of like a serious note, but I told myself I'd do this. I know Tabby will probably be on board. I don't know if Null's read the news docket, if he's gonna be surprised about this, but so for the past couple of weeks, the nation of Palestine has been being. I don't even know how to even like say it. Israel's been doing very not so cool things to Palestine as of recently, and since you're probably wondering, like, Tech, why the fuck are you talking about this? This is a gaming podcast. This is a gaming news podcast, and to that I say, IGN made it gaming news because they made an article about how you can support Palestinian citizens during this event, and all of a sudden, in the middle of the night, it gets taken down, and everyone's like, what the fuck? Including the IGN editorial staff who made this open letter, pretty much pointing the finger at the leadership at IGN, Ziff Davis, which is a company, apparently, and J2 Global. Basically, it's like the corporate suits. Corporate suits took it down in the middle of the night without any of the editorial knowledge. And there's a lot of people being like, well, why would they even publish that anyway? It's not gaming related or whatever. It's like, yeah, but IGN covers like fucking comic books and shit too. So like, who cares? They can cover whatever the fuck they want. And if the editorial staff wants to talk about this, and I feel like they should, then you just let them talk about it. Like, who cares?
Isn't IGN like in a bad place right now? Like financially?
When has IGN been in a good place?
Whenever they're on archive.org and giving us articles.
True.
But yeah, I'm not gonna claim to be the authority on these current events. From what I understand, it's pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
I actually listened to this like podcast about what was it? It was with my friend Anis, who he's a Melee player. He goes by the tag Free Palestine. He's from Palestine. He just did this discussion on this like esports podcast, sort of talking about like the Melee scene and its like connection to this to his like basically what he's trying to like raise awareness for like the Palestinian struggles and stuff.
Didn't he?
There's actually going to be a what?
They're holding like a tournament, like a charity tournament, right?
Yeah, it's going to be happening tomorrow. So by the time people hear this, I think it's gonna be over, unless it's But still, I'll leave like I'll find like links and stuff that you can donate to.
Yeah, for
in the description if you feel so inclined. Okay, well.
IGN editorial staff, come on the podcast.
Yeah, come on the podcast. We'll give you a platform.
Mm-hmm. There's dozens of us.
Yes. But yeah, it's just a really shady, just like a really shady, shitty thing from the editorial staff or not the editorial staff, the suits. And it would have just like flown by as like a nothing thing if they hadn't taken it down. But you know, it's like Streisand effect and all that jazz. Yeah. Fuck them. Fuck IGN. You know how it is. Gaming news? Anyone got some gaming news?
I got some gaming news.
Poggers?
I've got some gaming news. That is, the end times are coming. The Summer of Games begins June 10th with their showcase, while they'll be announcing everything else that's happening through the Summer of Games, as well as world premiere game presentations by Weezer.
World premiere. Oh shit. You know what? Actually, I saw that you mentioned Weezer, and just by pure coincidence, I decided to listen to not Weezer's newest album. I haven't listened to Van Weezer. I listened to OK Human, the album they released in like March or something like that. You guys should listen to it, because it's like not even as like a deranged Stockholm Syndrome Weezer fan who will like whatever mid record they put out.
But that's what you are.
It's just good. No, I'm like not even joking. It's like genuinely a great album. It was recorded all like analog with like an orchestra and shit. There's no guitars on it. It's really interesting. Like it's like 30 minutes. You can just like you can literally just like put it on and like and it'll be like over before you know it, and you'll wish it was longer. Like, oh my god, what a great album. Anyway, gaming news. I really liked it. I don't know. I was like really. It was like the prodigal son. That's just what Weezer is to me.
Known Weezer fan says good things about Weezer album.
This is a good one.
Yeah. So I mean, the on this as well, they announced a couple of the studios that are going to be there, and your expected ones for a like world premiere style showcase. You know, 2K,
world premiere,
Bandai Namco, Capcom, Devolver, those kinds of guys are all there. More importantly,
Weezer,
Weezer, no, Warner Brothers Games is going to be there. So we are
they really the most important?
They're one of the more important to me. I like those Batman games. Like out of all the like AAA, quadruple A, like video game, it's enjoyable and I like them. And then in addition with that,
they make you feel like you're being Batman.
They really make you feel like Batman. You know what else makes me feel like Batman?
Wait,
actually, I don't like them.
Are those the Batman games with the 10 out of 10 IGN? Like it's got all the fucking words.
Yeah, that's Bam Ham City.
Bam Ham City, shut up.
That's like my favorite picture ever.
But we haven't heard anything about with Mortal Kombat 11 being around for 2 years now, I think. It's been about that.
Yes, came out in 2019.
Normally Neversoft games run on a 2-year cycle, so we don't know anything about there being a new
NetherRealm. Neversoft is,
you know what I meant,
Tony Hawk.
NRS. I'm gonna just call them that because that's all I read it as.
God, they have that really cool logo.
Yes, with the eye.
Neversoft? Yeah. Yeah, and like
shout out to
spike.
Neversoft.
Yeah. They're like
rest in peace. Are they a COD studio now?
Yeah, probably.
Yes, I believe so.
But
let's go.
We could be seeing a new footage for the Injustice 3 if that is happening. There is the rumors of a Marvel's Avengers game being made by NRS instead, but we don't know. That's all just rumors. So this will really show it, as well as they've had that Batman game they've been teasing for years now. With
Batman game?
The Court of Owls.
I haven't heard. I thought Rocksteady was making a Suicide Squad game.
They are making a Suicide Squad game, but they've also had these like minor like ARG sites for a Batman game that have led to nothing, and they've all been like heavily referencing the Court of Owls and that whole like comic arc.
What if they get the Arkham Origins guys to make it?
We'll see.
Wasn't that one like kind of bad?
I mean, I've played all of them and I haven't liked anyone past Arkham City, so.
Oh, you didn't like Jankum Knight?
Not really.
Oh yeah, Neversoft. They got sucked into Activision. They just don't exist anymore.
Classic.
They got sucked.
Also, Square Enix is going to be there. So what does that mean? We don't know, because I originally thought like, oh, this is where they'll show off some more stuff for Endbringer, but they had FanFest happen. And
Walker. You doing okay today, Taps?
Realistically, no. But yeah, they showed off a bunch of stuff with Endwalker. I didn't even put that in the news. I'm gonna tangent into that after I talk about this because that's cool. Yeah, I just totally went over my brain. I mean, Summer of Games will be here, all watching it, right?
I'm gonna have to watch it if Weezer's gonna be there.
Weezer's going to be there, and Jeff Keighley confirmed your Twitch stream will not be muted because Weezer is playing.
See, because Weezer's based like that, they wouldn't do that.
Unlike Metallica.
I hope they play I hope they play El Scorcho.
That's not a real song. Shut up.
That's a real song. It's off Pinkerton.
All right. Well,
it's
not
Spanish for the Scorcher.
Speaking of things that aren't Pinkerton,
Romerborn is really the Pinkerton of Final Fantasy games.
The Neversoft dev team gives off a very similar energy to the id Software guys.
Link in the show notes of the Neversoft guy. Yeah, they you know what they look like? They all look like Review Bra. Like the suits like don't quite fit.
The guy that's like holding the I was going to say the guy that's holding the cup, but there's like 5 of them. They're all holding cups actually. Then how do I describe him? He's wearing the shirt with the pocket on it. It's like not necessarily like no, it's not a polo. It's a button down.
Yeah, all right. Sorry, button down.
Yeah, and he's got like the sunglasses and the mustache. He looks like that one old Disney guy that makes like drawing videos on YouTube with this that has like the cigarette in his mouth. Do you guys know who I'm talking about?
I don't.
I feel like I know who you're talking about, but I could not tell you.
Those are all of them Neversoft devs. It's so crazy to me that like dev teams just used to be that small.
There's like a little fucking like excerpt in the press reset book that I'm reading where like they talk about like what it means to be like a small dev studio, and it's like you either like do good enough to coast, like you die, or you get like bought by someone else. Those are the 3 fates of a studio like that.
Did Neversoft make Guitar Hero, right? They were one of the devs on it anyway.
They worked with Harmonix in 2016, but that was 2000. Oh my god!
I could have sworn they made Guitar Hero 3.
I think they did. Guitar Hero 3.
So
that's one.
Yeah, in 2014.
No, wasn't Guitar Hero 3 Harmonix?
Well, no, because.
No, because that was Rock Band. Yeah,
Activision had bought the Guitar Hero series at that point, and Activision had chosen Neversoft to do it. And then after that year, they just were like, Neversoft, you're going to be Activision.
Their last credited game is being an assist development studio on Call of Duty Ghosts.
Yeah, Ghosts.
Hey, you said that one's good.
I said Cranked is good.
Well, they specifically worked on Extinction.
You said it was underrated.
It is underrated. No, on the grand scale of things, because I don't like the new Call of Duties. I don't think they're good.
I think
we review every Call of Duty game.
That's a pretty short channel.
I think they're fine, but no, they specifically worked on the Extinction mode of Call of Duty Ghosts, which is like really good. I think that's probably like.
What's the premise of its Extinction mode? Is it like one show, like when you die, you don't respawn?
When you die in real life.
They're like they're like these alien demons that are like it's like a very like short vignette of a story. It's kind of similar to the zombie mode, except like without zombies and with enemies that are not zombies, so they actually like do things. And it's a nice little vignette of a story. It's what we call a vertical slice of gaming.
It was the back door to the new game mode to replace zombies, but Ghost didn't do well, so
yeah.
Neversoft got into the COD mines.
Yeah, I mean it was good though, so they did good work on it.
So FF14 Fan Fest happened.
Okay, what does that mean, Fan Fest?
So
It's just a live stream.
FF14 Fan Fest is normally it's like a full convention, actually. It's like a 3-day like Final Fantasy 14 convention.
Do they?
And can you imagine all the Final Fantasy 14 shills just conglomerated into one spot so they can't bother anyone else?
Just a constant murmur. Did you know you can play Final Fantasy 14 up to level 60?
Yeah, I knew.
Which you can. So they showed.
You gotta be quick.
They showed off the full Endwalker trailer, which gave us some more clarity on certain things in the story. That I'm not going to go into because genuinely Shadowbringers is one of the best video games I've ever played, and you should play it if you can. You do have to put about 300 hours into a game before you get to it, which is the unfortunate part, but Shadowbringers is genuinely amazing. But you need that 300 hours of build-up as well. So,
what do you mean? JRPG fans love that.
Yeah, but it's 300 hours of an MMO. That's not for everybody.
She's got a point.
You just need to play like Persona music while you play FF14, and people will just love it.
I've known a lot of people who have just who had not played MMOs before, who've been playing FF14, who are enjoying it because it is a FF game at least, and then by the end of it, they're like, "Oh, let me try this MMO thing," and are doing progression and stuff. With this, they also announced a new class for the game. Reaper is finally in.
Oh man!
We finally have another melee DPS. Has been a class that we haven't had a new one of those in a couple expansions. I think the last one was. Oh no, we had Sam. I'm stupid. Samurai. Back in.
What?
Check this out.
No, I gotta look.
Link in the show notes.
Yeah. I love that image.
My brother made it.
So, Reaper is in. It looks neat. I'm going to play it because I like big dumb scythe characters, and that's what it is. They showed off the new main hub city. It looks all right. It's nothing special. More importantly, the most important thing out of everything is they confirmed they are adding male Viera to the game.
That's the bunny girls, right?
That's bunny boys now.
Yes, the bunny people from Final Fantasy 12, or I guess some Tactics, right?
Tomato.
Were they in Tactics, or were they added to Evilise in 12?
I could not tell you off the top of my head.
Okay, but yeah, that's cool.
My opinion, and this might be counter to the popular opinion, I don't think that they should have added the separate gender option.
Why?
Because you know how how the Gerudo are all female for the most part. I think that's pretty cool, and I wish that they wouldn't just kind of walk back on things like that.
But you can still be a Hrothgar. You can still be a big burly cat boy.
Well, so here's what's weird about this is that in Final Fantasy 12, it's it's light spoilers, by the way. It's implied that it's implied that Fran was excommunicated from her society because she's partnered up with Balthier, the Han Solo swashbuckler guy, and they're very obviously fucking.
Yeah.
So if she's getting
wait.
What?
So Final Fantasy 12 is Star Wars. We don't have to discuss.
Yeah, everyone knows that. Yeah.
Is Fran Chewbacca?
Yeah, she's pretty much Chewbacca. Yeah, I know. She's way better than Chewbacca, though.
Are you implying that Chewbacca and Han Solo are obviously fucking?
I'm not implying that.
What goes in the what happens in the Falcon stays in the Falcon.
Regardless, if she's getting like banished from her like tribe because she's fucking a dude, then like how do the Vieira breed? Is my question. That's like a question I don't really like care for to have an answer to, but since they decided to answer it for me in this Final Fantasy XIV expansion, now I want to know. Well, if the male Vieira were in 12, and I just never saw them.
As far as I'm aware, we hadn't seen a male Vieira before this.
Yeah, like
what I mean is,
in world. Yeah.
I think it's just like it was a neat little thing. It's the same thing with there only being like female Mithra in Final Fantasy 11. It's just like it's a neat thing.
I agree with you, by the way, Noel. I'm just saying.
I don't.
They should have added the lizard guys from 12. Those guys are cool.
Well, they did add another race actually into the game. They added another potato race. The Lalafels, or what do they call them in 11? Tarus, yeah.
It's Taru.
They changed the name.
None of the races are the same. They're technically not the same timeline, so
yeah. I find it really funny that, because I didn't know about the whole Taru thing, there is a prominent character in FF14 who is a Lalafell or a Taru whose name is Tartaru.
Yeah. They're not technically the same.
But there's the Loporits, I think is how you pronounce it. They're like small bunny people. It's, instead of being a hot, sexy bunny person, you're small, cute bunny. Disclaimer, no, don't. If you pick that.
I'll tell you what I'm picking every time.
Yes, the Aura, the demon class, or the demon race, like I am. That's what cool people pick.
It's
human.
That's pretty cool.
I am that guy.
I am
that guy.
They're called.
I have a friend who, or we have
Hume. Humes. They're called Humes in 11.
Mutual friends.
That's what they're called that in 12 too.
It's
to partner with a Hume.
It's Hyderns, I think is what they are.
Hyderlin, whatever.
Well, Hyderlin is the name of the planet, but that's whatever.
Yeah, I'm an Earth.
We all have a mutual friend who I play FF14 with, and his character is a human, which is also A, boring, and B, he made it look exactly like him.
That's fun. See, that's
are you talking about the Brazilian man?
Yes.
You know his character in FF11 is also a human that looks like him. Okay.
I know it is a human that looks like him that he wants to be a samurai. It's the exact.
That's fucking sick. That's what these games are for.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of what the Galka equivalent in Final Fantasy XIV is, because that's my favorite race.
The big dudes?
Yeah, I can't remember their name. Rogadin, that's the one. Yeah,
Rogadin.
Yeah, they're cool.
Yeah, I would say if you have any interest in FF14, I would recommend watching this, especially even if you don't have an interest in FF14, you should watch the Endwalker trailer, because it's pretty. It's like, it is classic Square Enix CG trailer, but done better than most other of their CG trailers.
They bring the money for those trailers every fucking time. I think I remember. Am I misremembering this? Did the composer come out on stage talk about how he was like battling cancer or something?
Yeah. So I don't remember his first name, but Soken.
Downer alert, by the way.
Downer alert. Downer podcast.
Because we're down bad.
Because we are. Not going to finish that. So Soken had came out on stage and actually announced that during the composing of the Shadowbringers soundtrack, he was actually diagnosed with cancer, and as of this point, he has actually fought through it and beat cancer. I believe.
That's good.
Which it's great.
He's in remissi.
And everybody's, if you've listened to the Shadowbringer, you just have to listen to one song from the Shadowbringer soundtrack to realize, oh shit, this guy's a musical genius. Like, honestly, it's part of the reason why the game hits so well is every single song in that game is a banger. Like, it certified slaps. I'm waiting until my next paycheck to come through, but I'm going to buy it on vinyl.
Okay, but he's no Kota Hoshino, you know what I mean?
No, he's better.
Who's that?
The guy.
Oh, is it the 11 guy?
No, he's the guy from Ever Grace.
Oh.
Yeah, and then everything else at FanFest is things for fans of the game, so you don't need to know about that. You don't they showed off a bunch of new merch and stuff, which I bought some. But
I saw the Lunar Whale is a mount now, and it plays the song from 4.
The Lunar Whale has been a mount for a while.
Oh.
It just a lot of you could get it in a bundle for something with the FanFest.
It plays the song though, and it makes me clap.
Tech, honestly, FF14 is very peak. It played the song and it made me clap.
I can't.
Okay, but what if you did an 8-man raid versus X-Death?
You see, I don't really have. I tried not to make it very apparent in my in my video because I didn't want to ruffle feathers, but I don't really care much for 5. I don't hate it, but I don't love it.
I disagree with that opinion. I think you're wrong.
I just don't really like job systems in games. Yep. See this. I didn't want to mention this. I don't.
What?
I don't really care for it that much because it usually just ends up being the same thing every time. Where it's like you get the first couple of jobs. Oh, it's a knight, it's a healer, it's a black mage, it's a fighter. So I just make it the same thing every time. Then you get some more, and it just ends up being the same thing for me every time, regardless. Even though it's supposed to be like this big like open freedom thing. I'd rather the game just give me a knight that I use, or give me a monk, and I'm stuck with him. Even if I don't like the class.
That does lend itself more to characterization, where you can make you can make the character being a Dark Knight a part of their story rather than
yeah. What if only there was a game like that?
Yeah. The player freedom is always like a thing that's going to take away from like narrative, like storytelling. It's like, do you want? It's the big like conundrum of like, do you want your role playing game to be like your player is playing themselves and you can let them do whatever they want, or the player is playing like role playing as like a character and they're supposed to fit the role of that character? It's like these are both things that are role playing, but which way, Western man?
I also I want to make it clear I don't like hate the story. It's a 5. The story's like actually not that bad, but
fortunately for you, you can get both those options in Final Fantasy XIV, which you can now play for free up to level 60, including the first expansion, Heavensward.
Did I ever tell you that like when I was first heard about that, I didn't I my brain couldn't comprehend that word. So instead of like Heaven's Ward, I thought it was Heaven Sward. Like I thought they were like spelling. I thought they were spelling sword weird, and I'm like, oh, that's interesting, I guess.
And then one last FF14 adjacent thing. It's less gaming related, but it is still very important on the grand scale of things. It was reported yesterday, as of May 9th, Kentaro Miura, the creator of the manga Berserk, had passed away at the age of 56, I believe.
Yes.
For those of you who don't know, the modern media landscape from Japan would not exist as it is in its current state without Berserk existing. It is, I would say it is. Honestly, I would say it's the most influential. I don't think I think there's other manga that you could argue for to be more influential. Things like
Astro Boy.
That's like the
JoJo's
Bizarre Adventure,
Mickey Mouse.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and Dragon Ball get coined a lot for a lot of shonen tropes, which is fair, but like you just straight up wouldn't have. Cloud Strife would not be wielding the Buster Sword if it were not for Berserk existing.
You don't get Dark Souls, baby. You don't get Dragon's Dogma, baby.
You don't get Devil May Cry past 3.
You probably just don't get Devil May Cry.
you probably actually just don't get Devil May Cry. You don't get anything Bleach related. I have to explain that to people a lot, that Bleach takes heavy influence. They're like, no, it doesn't. I only watch Bleach.
I buy it.
I'll say if you are someone who's interested in reading it now that after the author has passed, you want to see why people care about it so much, be warned, it uses a lot of heavy topics. It may be a manga, but it's not for kids. It's fucking dark, bro. It is dark.
It's fucking crazy.
It's dark, edgy, and brutal to the nth degree.
But it's like good.
It's fantastic. But if you have any issues with
graphic sexual
topics,
violence,
horses and activities that horses shouldn't be doing.
I don't want to. I'm not going to say that phrase.
The horse doesn't.
Am I allowed to say that phrase?
The horse does.
The horse is a meme. It's fine.
The horse doesn't even do anything. But
the fucking horse. No, all right. So I have not read much. I've watched. All right. Crucify me. I watched those like movies that came out years ago, like the Golden Age trilogy movies.
Oh, I think those are fine. Those are entertaining.
Those movies are actually kind of those are pretty good. They're like, it's got like some pretty shitty CG sometimes, but for the most part, it seemed all right. My brother liked them, and he's read like all fucking Berserk. Mm-hmm. And I've read like chapter. I read like the first like, or like not chapter 1, but like the one shot. The one where he's like he just like wanders into some town, and they're like, I think they're like sacrificing kids like some snake thing or whatever. It's fucking sick. It's like 60 pages of like the most beautiful fucking art you've ever seen, and it's just constantly like that entire series. Every single like panel is amazing looking.
I'd like to remind people as well, he was drawing that manga at like 18.
Yeah, he was he making us all look bad.
Yeah, right. It is. When I say it's the most influential, it's understating it in regards to, and it's just very tragic. You wouldn't have a lot of Final Fantasy stuff, honestly. So that was my reason to bring it up. And
what was it? A lot of I saw a lot of people in like Final Fantasy 14 servers. They're all just like Dark Knights, just like lining up in like the lobby area or whatever.
Yeah, there's a specific you can do the guts pose in the game as a Dark Knight.
Like they just like. All these creators, they just like put shit like this in the game because Berserk is just so ubiquitous.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
and like the Dark Knight,
Dark Souls. I mean, it's so heavily inspired by Berserk.
Artorias is like literally in the Berserker armor. Yes. He's doing the pose.
Yes. There's that cover of the like the featuring Artorias version of Dark Souls that was like a Japan only release, and it's just a Berserk cover. It's hilarious. Yeah, you want to talk about something nice, Tech, so we can get out of this downer?
Yeah. R.I.P. Not really. Only tangentially gaming news, but I mean, come on, we gotta talk about that. Yeah, let's talk about some good news. Ghost Trick and Ace Attorney, they were delisted from the iOS store for a little while, but they've recently just returned to they've recently just returned to the Apple Store.
Thanks, Epic.
Yeah, thanks. This is all thanks to them.
Cheers.
The Ace Attorney games were Dual Destinies and Spirit of Justice, the 3D ones, and Ghost Trick. Ghost Trick was free? Holy shit. That's a good deal. You should play that.
Really?
Yeah, apparently. Unless it's one of those things, because they have what was it? The Ace Attorney games are like $1, but I think what they do is they make you pay per episode. I don't know if they do that for Ghost Trick though. I think because Ghost Trick is it's formatted similarly, right, with like episodes. I have a copy of Ghost Trick lying around here somewhere. I gotta play it because it's the Ace Attorney guy, and everyone always loves that game. I was always talking about how good that game is.
Now you can just play on your Apple iPhone. You don't even need to worry about it.
Oh yeah, that's right. Just gotta bust out my iPhone. Oh my god, I cleaned out my my charging port for my phone because the what was it, every like USB-C cord I would plug into it would just like not like go in all the way, and it was pissing me off so much. I was like, what is wrong with my phone? And I just like didn't think to clean out the port. I got so much like crap out of there. And now it's charging again. It's coming up Millhouse.
You just got like linty pockets.
Yeah, it's true. You know, they're in jeans all day, so. All right. What else? What else we got? We can talk about Last of Us 2.
Electric Boogaloo. What happened with Last of Us?
It got a patch for the PS5. It runs at 60 FPS now.
No, Tech. That's not entirely true.
Eh?
It targets 60 FPS.
Okay, but like I saw, what was it? Like the Digital Foundry guys like did it, and it stays at 60 except for like one specific scenario where it drops to like 58.
I rest my case.
Oh, shut up.
No,
bitch. No, but she's right. It targets 60. Doesn't lock it. But I mean that game looks pretty crazy even for like PS5 game. So
yeah,
it's cool.
One thing with the target 60 is that as time goes on and PS5s get more dust, you're just gonna have actually be running worse. So
isn't it like kind of easy to open those things up?
It's very easy. Well,
to clean the fans rather.
It is easy to do that, but there's also giant holes for dust to get into. So like
my PS2 is playing games just fine, thank you, and it's 20-something years old. I have not dusted it once.
You guys should disassemble and clean your old consoles.
I literally was looking at my PS2 because I didn't have a PS2 for a long time because I just had a launch model PS3.
Yeah, actually, the PS2 we have is actually a used one. We got in like 2012.
So I got mine used from a guy on Craigslist for like $10. It was a killer deal. A GTA 3 with it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
You see this?
And a lot of Madden games, which I'm using those as replacement cases for games that don't have OEM cases.
Yes, I have some isopropyl, 90 proof or whatever.
This is 99.9% isopropyl alcohol. It's a liter of it, and I will be cleaning all of my things.
I use it
including shower.
Yes.
I use my 90% isopropyl to clean to clean the contacts on my SNES games.
I actually bought it because my
so it's gonna be like tech.
Wait, what'd you say?
I thought you said, oh yeah, I use it on my contact lenses.
That's funny.
I don't have contact lenses. I should get some though.
No,
because I mean, I look pretty good without glasses off.
Tech, I'm gonna be honest, keep the glasses on.
Especially when it's glasses off, like the widest eyes possible. That's like the best. But no, yeah, but I bought the alcohol to I cleaned my PlayStation 2 controller because it has a sticky stick, so to speak.
Does it drift?
Wait, no, it's not sticky stick. It's my buttons are sticky, and
your analog buttons because they're analog.
Yeah, it's because they're analog. I'm gonna need to clean those out.
What a great idea.
Speaking of great ideas, it's actually not a great idea. It's really funny. So Biomutant, I talked about it last week as, oh yeah, that game exists, but we don't really know what it is.
Sure we do. It's a game.
They released an explanation trailer. That is what they call it. That is never a good sign for your game to release I think it is a 6-minute explanation trailer where they tell you about the systems of the game and what the game is. And the fact that people haven't been able to tell what that is from... This game has been in development hell for a while, though. Like,
it's coming out like in 2 weeks, right?
It comes out in a couple weeks, yeah. It's very interesting to see it come out, and I will play it because it is, that game I've been following on the side for forever.
Oh,
this game I've been eyeing from across the street.
Wait, but this game looks cool though.
Not at the same. It wouldn't even. It was literally in a cage across the street. Like I couldn't even approach it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Tabby disagreed with that. No.
Yeah, I don't need this game explained to me. They should just release it. They should just drop it.
I think this is just another promotional
this
trailer.
game needs more than an explanation trailer. It needs like a bigger like ad campaign because nobody has heard of Biomutant. Like nobody is talking about this game like in the site. It's like
me.
Godfall.
I'm talking about Biomutant.
Nobody talks about Godfall.
But people did talk about Godfall.
Godfall had the really
Debatable.
bad trailer at the Game Awards.
Listen, I will if you mention Godfall like in any capacity, I'm going to believe that you're like a skinwalker or something, and you're like trying to kill me.
I heard people play Godfall. It had level. Apparently I was. Wait, no, was I? I heard somewhere from someone that Outriders is doing well. Apparently.
Yeah, I saw this headline too. Yeah, apparently it was a really successful launch for Square Enix. Who is making that game? None of us know.
Wait, which game?
Outriders.
Square Enix is making it.
God damn you.
It's People Can Fly.
People Can Fly. I said it first.
Not on my connection.
I didn't either. So, yeah, it's People Can Fly.
The Bulletstorm people, okay.
Yes.
People who have made a good video game.
Owned by Epic.
Yeah. Are they? Oh, yeah, they are. Can't wait for them to somehow try to get the Gears license back from Microsoft.
I want to go through and play like all the Gears of War games, but that involves me buying an Xbox One and an Xbox 360.
No, you can play them on PC.
Oh. That
I'm
involves
pretty
me
sure
buying an Xbox 360 controller.
No, they work with PS4 controllers.
No, but like, I want, if I'm going to play Gears of War, I want to like use the controller.
Well, that's you then.
Gears of War was made for the Xbox controller.
It's true.
You got to play that shit on the Duke.
No, it was an Xbox 360
I know. Fuck.
I'm literally loading up the
mention the
Xbox
Duke,
because
okay.
I know you can play Gears 1 and I know you can play Gears 4 and Gears 5.
What about the ones in between that?
I'm
No, wait a
checking
minute.
on
Why wouldn't all of the Gears games be backwards compatible? They can get one.
No, I'm looking on Windows.
I won't get to see Dom execute his wife if I don't play the second game.
Is that a spoiler?
It's a light spoiler.
Shut up if you care about Gears of War.
Speaking
spoilers.
of Dom, I watched the Fast and the Furious last weekend.
Like
Oh, yeah?
the first
what
one.
do you think it?
Yeah, the first one. I got the 20th anniversary Steelbook.
I'm going to see it tomorrow, and that's Friday for those of you listening on Monday.
Yeah, I mean it's I thought it was pretty good, all things considered. Apparently it's like almost exactly like Point Break.
Mm-hmm.
It's like kind of it's pretty like predictable, like action movie from the early 2000s. But it's got its moments. It's fun. It's a fun flick. There's a lot of cool driving happening. Ja Rule's in it, so that's pretty cool. Then we watched Too Fast, Too Furious, which is like kind of bad because Vin Diesel isn't in it. It's only Paul Walker.
I think that's a hot take, by the way.
Which
It is?
Yeah.
People like Too Fast?
Yeah.
Shut up. What's
Yeah.
funny is like the people I was watching it with, they were both, my brother and my sister were both like, yeah, I think that was better. And I was like, how do you think that was?
Yeah.
That's so weird. Like,
All right.
I don't know.
So I take it you're going to watch every other Fast and the Furious movie now?
I gotta catch up. Catch up for Fast 9.
I'm just going to let you know right now.
I know he's not in, Vin Diesel's not in the third one. I know that.
Well, no, it's every movie from after the third one is going to be a prequel movie.
What?
So from
I feel like you shouldn't have told me that.
from 4 to 7, they're all prequel movies.
Fuck off. Are you kidding me?
No, it's really good.
No way.
Is 7 still a prequel movie?
That cannot be.
Yeah, no,
But
it
Paul
is.
Walker's like in them, isn't he?
Yeah.
But Vin Diesel's in them too. You have to be wrong. You have to be wrong. There's no way.
Do you guys mind if I do? Okay, so you know Tokyo Drift, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you watch it by any chance, Tech?
I haven't seen it yet.
Fuck.
I haven't seen it yet.
I don't. Take your headset off.
But I have to listen to
this at work.
It's fine. Just don't listen to this part. Isn't it crazy in Tokyo Drift where like Vin Diesel just rolls up at the end and he's just like kept you waiting, huh?
Yes, it's really good.
All right, you're good. You're good.
God.
Yeah, isn't it crazy how Vin Diesel killed that teenage girl in the movie?
I don't remember that.
Well, we'll continue on
Not
with
Tokyo Drift, at least.
No, that was a joke. That was
Tokyo
comedy.
Mirage Sessions.
Since we were just talking about THQ Nordic, Tech, you want to talk about Deep Silver?
Oh, okay. Yeah, so this actually came out last night. Deep Silver has reformed Free Radical, the devs behind, or the studio behind Time Splitters, and they're being like revived to make a new Time Splitters. So
this is Homefront the Revolution's fault. I'm just letting you know.
Oh right, yeah, because of the remaster of Time Splitters too.
Yes.
Well, hey, at least one good thing came out of that game, right?
Yes.
So I was like trying to look. I was trying to like see if like, okay, so are they just like reviving the name just to like bring good graces back, like what happened with like Black Isle Studios like almost a decade ago? But apparently
they got the OGs, David Doak, Steve Ellis, Graham Norgate.
Yeah, so it seems like they're genuinely trying to get the band back together. I wonder what how this will affect Time Splitters Rewind.
So like the thing is like the people who worked on like the original Time Splitters are like really good at their job. Like they worked on GoldenEye and like shit.
Yeah,
they
Perfect Dark.
like a bunch of the original like Free Radical people worked for Rare at the time when they were making good video game. Unlike now when they are not making good video game.
They're hardly even making video game.
Yeah.
True.
Well, hey, they made Battletoads.
Hey, they still have Donkey Kong?
Battletoads. What?
Do they still do Donkey Kong?
Do we?
No, they haven't.
Do we
haven't
gotta talk?
Done a Donkey Kong since 64.
Do we gotta talk about the rumor of the Microsoft exec when they bought Rare now because of this?
I thought you were gonna talk about the rumor that the Odyssey team is making a 3D Donkey Kong game.
No,
or just a Donkey Kong game.
I don't know about that. No, I'm talking about.
I think that'd be kind of cool, but
I'm talking about when the Microsoft executive is in the Rare office after they purchased them. They had the Donkey Kong poster, like posters of the Donkey Kong. And he's like, "We get Donkey Kong, right? We got that." No. I choose to believe that Microsoft bought Rare because they thought they would own Donkey Kong.
I want to know what the source is to that story, because people always bring it up because it's funny. It's very funny, but I want to know where it came from and if it's true. I totally buy just like a random like Microsoft suit thinking they just cinched or they just clinched Donkey Kong.
Yeah, it's probably like joking. I'm sure. These people like, while they may be out of touch with things like game design, they're very in touch with things like acquisition. And
so it is apparently from an interview from Chris Seaver.
Seaver.
He's
the Conquer guy.
Yeah. Apparently this is apparently that is a quote from him.
You know, I should have known. That seems like something he would say.
Yeah.
So is that actually true? We still don't know, but we have one source who was at the company at the time when that would have happened.
I mean, I don't have any reason not to believe him. I just wanted to know if, like, this is one of those telephone games that kind of just, like, went too far. Like, maybe he was... I don't know. Whatever. It doesn't matter. But this is pretty good news, all things considered. You know, Time Splitters is, like, a pretty well-beloved series. I really like 2. I played it a lot on the GameCube.
Yeah.
And
2, I played a lot of Time Splitters Future Perfect, which I thought was Time Splitters 2 for a long time. I was just like, oh, Time Splitters and then Time Splitters Future Perfect. Okay. I just didn't know 2 existed. Well, okay. This is how it actually went. I thought 2 was 1, and I thought Future Perfect was 2.
how do you think Time Splitters 2 is 1?
Well, it's because I didn't actually like I played it all at a friend's house.
Oh, so all right.
So
okay. Makes sense. So
everything's all muddy. I never
see the
I never bought the games. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was all muddy. I didn't know Time Splitters 1 existed, and like what is Time Splitters 1? I didn't know existed, and then I reviewed it on Repsticon.
Yeah. That's like the first. No, it's not the first, but
it's the second
I can play Time
that I did
Splitters at some point.
That's why I talked about Free Radical a decent amount on that too.
yeah.
But,
This just kind of seems like a slam dunk idea, honestly, because you know, it builds goodwill, and you're getting you're I wouldn't say this is like a guaranteed hit, but I could see something like this being like a modest success, like a new Time Splitters. You know, maybe like a double A sort of release or whatever.
Yeah,
because you know, Time Splitters was never like top shelf. Halo, it's not Halo, right?
It'll be one of those like mid-budget titles that's gonna release on limited run games for its only physical copies.
Well, no, I could see like I could see, you know, them going the way like THQ Nordic, because the Deep Silver is part of Embracer Group, right? So it's all the same umbrella.
Yeah,
I think so. But regardless, I could see them doing the same thing that THQ Nordic has done, where they just, if nothing else, they just remaster 2, and that probably makes a bit of money. I just saw an article recently about how Destroy All Humans, like, I think broke a couple mil in sales. The remake, and
people
you know,
love
the
Destroy
Bikini
All
Bottom
Humans.
one. Yeah, Destroy All Humans is a fun game. I haven't played the remake though. I've heard mixed things about it. Mixed as in like I've heard a lot of people say it's good, and one person I know really hates it. So
that's the same thing with like the Battle for Bikini Bottom remake. Is there's people like, for someone like me where I only played it in my childhood, I'm like, yeah, that game's pretty good. That game's fun. Even the remake is basically the same, but there's people who are like, I'm not even talking like people who speedrun it, just people who have played that game religiously who are like, no, it's too different.
I just think it's really funny when people are like, this feels like a PS2 game. It's like, come on.
It's like, bitch.
It is a PS2 game.
Can't wait for Last of Us Remaster to come out and people go, this really feels like a PS3 game.
It's funny because it's very probable that the reason that like Free Radical just like stopped like existing and like became like Crytek is because EA was just like, yeah, we're just gonna market like GoldenEye Rogue Agent more, so like Future Perfect isn't going to we're not gonna market it. Like they made a pretty good game. Like I like
can't
Future
believe they got
Perfect. I thought it was a game, and like EA just like, didn't.
They literally got Titanfalled. That's what happened.
They just
technically Titanfall got Future Perfect.
Yeah, Titanfall got Future Perfect did. So yeah, you can. Everyone can say thanks to Electronic Arts for 17 years of no Time Splitters.
Did Free Radical make Second Sight?
Not.
Did you ever hear that one? It's I know nothing about the game.
Yeah.
The only thing I know about it is the cover where the guy like has the gun. He has his head in his hands, like he has to record a 3-hour podcast on Thursday.
Yeah, no, they did.
Make that the guy for the episode. The second Sightman.
Okay, I'll note that down.
That cover is like fucking badass though. If you've never seen it. I have no clue. Yep, it is Free Radical. It came out in 04, though. I don't know why I thought. Where I was going with that is that Second Sight was like the last game they made, but
no, it was Future Perfect. Well,
it was Future.
It was technically Haze, but like.
Oh fuck! They made Haze.
Yeah. Like, as Free Radical.
I thought Crytek made Haze.
Well, they are Crytek, but no, it was Free.
I know,
it was
but
Free
I meant
Radical.
as, like, the name.
Yeah, it was Free Radical for Haze. But
that sucks.
Yo,
Haze
is sick.
Yeah, you like the song they got from Korn?
Yeah.
God, Korn.
I like Korn.
You would like Korn.
I had some for dinner tonight.
Why don't you listen to some Weezer, like a real guy, like a real hero?
Korn is like one of those bands where it's just like they can make like lyrically like good and interesting music, but like if the sound
still Korn.
If the sound is not there, you just will not succeed.
Yeah,
they're building on a bad foundation.
Yeah, but they made Freak on a Leash, so like.
Yeah, but like also, have you listened to Freak on a Leash?
Yeah, it's good.
Like, I like Freak on a Leash, but you have to admit that song was never going to be anything besides like your
a banger, a certified banger.
I don't know. All right. I like this picture. I'm gonna post this. This is some like some like news outlet for like video games posted this picture as if like the guy from Second Sight is on the Time Splitters 2 cover.
he had a rough go at it in the couple of years between Time Splitters 2 and Second Sight. They're both bald.
Yeah, I know.
I can kind of see it.
Yep.
They're just like, yeah, no, dude, Second Sight guy, he's just really sad. Time Splitters guy.
So it's everyone's favorite time of the podcast. It's the Fighting Game Power Hour, and there's stuff to talk about this week, so I'm sorry. We'll start off with the easy thing. KOF 15 had the Ralph and Clark trailer to round up Team Ikari Warriors.
What? Ikari Warriors?
Yeah. It's made by SNK.
Like the NES game?
Yes. Like the NES game. That's where Ralph, Clark, and Leona are from.
Oh.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. Right? Who'd have thought?
Look at us.
They have
me.
They have characters from like the Neo Geo sports games as a team.
Do they have that what the fuck is their name? Do they have Athena?
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll buy this.
You have Team Psycho Soldier.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. I love Athena Psycho Soldier.
Yeah, she goes Psycho Ball, Psycho
girl.
Ball, Psycho Ball, Psycho Ball, Psycho Ball.
She should have gotten into Smash. Fuck Terry Bogard.
There's an argument there.
If you got Athena Psycho Soldier, you would have gotten the Psycho Soldier theme song. That's
true. Virtua Fighter X Esports is going to be fully unveiled in 1 week. Took them long enough. They just released a countdown trailer about an hour ago.
I've played Virtua Fighter, actually.
Yep. 6 days.
One of the only fighting games I've played.
6 days, 22 hours in Japan time, I'm assuming. It's probably just going to be a bad port with no good netcode, and it's going to be very sad.
I hope that this is a huge surprise and is actually a completely new game.
We already know that it's going to VF5 is going to be re-released, though.
Stop posting stupid pictures. Why is Trinity on the cover of this game? Stolen.
It's made by Blue 52. 10 Hut.
What's Blue 52?
I don't know. There's some developer. The
guy who escaped is a real psycho, regular crazy boy.
So the probably one of the biggest piece of news in the fighting game realm is large community member Infil, who made the complete KI Killer Instinct guide.
Infiltration?
No, Infilament.
Okay, thank God.
Yeah. This guy is into an alleged woman beater.
Alleged and like not even in quotes, like convicted, right?
I don't know the full.
Are there not court docs for this? I'm pretty sure there are.
There are court docs, but then there's like weird stuff with like Korean slander suits and how that works in their legal system. It's above my brain.
It's not above my brain. He's a wife beater.
I mean, yeah. So the fighting game glossary is going to be a mostly community-run resource for a variety of terms for fighting games. If you've ever tried to get into fighting games and you just see the lingo people are saying, you will be confused unless you are like inundated into everything.
What's an Oki?
Oh, Oki. So Oki is specifically, if you can go to the website, search for Oki, also known as Okizeme. How do you spell it? It's Okizeme. Okizeme.
Okay. I would have never gotten that. What's a Korean backdash?
So a KBD or a Korean backdash is a technique developed by Korean Tekken players, which is why it's called a Korean backdash.
Like a wave dash.
I'm the second site guy right now.
So, basically, how it works, how Tekken works is you can cancel most things out of a backdash except for a second backdash.
Except for Koreans.
But no, what you can do is by canceling your backdash into a neutral movement, you can then cancel it into a backdash.
Okay. Oh. All right. How about this? How about this one?
Yeah.
Will melee terms be on this glossary?
They weren't originally, but they have since added them.
God, like,
of course,
the fucking
there's even stuff to the level of like, I'm not going to call them meme terms, but like a Chicago burst and an American reset is listed on here. I disagree with Chicago burst. That should be a Cali burst. But I'm a West Coaster.
What was that one like wiki that was like fan run for a game, and it was like making up lore for
every
Guilty Gear? Was it Guilty Gear? And somebody like said something. I think it might have been.
It was Guilty Gear.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, I know what you're talking about. I remember this. Yeah.
I mean, are we talking about the guy who just put blatantly wrong information on the Guilty Gear wiki? Yeah. I don't remember that guy's name off the top of my head right now, but you can look at the credits for
so can I like video. Go to this like wiki and just like create like new terms like the Oakley Dokley, and it's like when you 2p like 5p.
The Kyle dash.
I would start calling
Kyle
it that.
Made this up. It's when you dash forward and your name is Kyle.
Oh, you hit.
It's really cool when he does it though.
No, so
we're always like Kyle.
You can offer like there's a contact page where you can offer like, hey, here's a word that's missing. Here's a definition of it. If it's
okay, so this isn't actually a wiki. This is more like a database then.
It's a glossary.
Yeah. Well, it's the same shit.
Like I just looking through like Smash Bros terms, like sex kick is on there.
Is that chic?
It's a certain style of aerial attack in Smash Bros.
Sex kick is it's when it's a really dumb name, but like it's when the strongest part of the attack is out immediately, and then it gets weaker as the longer it lingers.
Okay,
it's like
so it's like Sheik's Nair.
Yeah, it's like pretty much every Nair in the game, except for Did you know Dr. Mario's is a reverse sex kick?
Oh shit! Is it like the virgin kick?
That would be clever. It gets the knockback is stronger the longer it's out.
Yeah, Dr. Mario's sick, dude. Have you ever seen Scorpion Master? He is really cool.
Yeah. No, that's fucking regular Mario.
Oh, is it regular Mario? Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you've ever like, if you're interested in fighting games and you've heard people throw a term around and you're like, I don't know what that means, this is a great resource for that. And you know, like I said, it covers the variety of the spectrum from actual like, what is this term that people use? Like, what does it mean to whiff punish?
Yeah.
What is a hit confirm? Stuff like that. To then, like I was saying, things like American resets or RTSD and shit like that.
Also, like, not to downplay the usefulness of this glossary or anything, but like Also, just like literally ask any fighting game player and they'll just tell you. And also, like, just go to like a 3-viewer like fighting game stream and be like, hey, what's a whiff punish? And they'll literally show you. Like, they'll stop everything and they'll show you what a whiff punish is.
That is true, and I will do that. But
the fighting game players love to explain to people how to play their game because they desperately want more people to play.
Of course, dude, because fighting games are like amazing. I can't say more than fighting games are something so great. Like there's literally no other genre like them.
Fighting games aren't so great. Are you kidding me?
No, fighting games.
The fucking was that Alex19 copy pasta?
Yeah. You can keep your statistics. I prefer the magic.
There's a Zelda version of that copy pasta that's so good.
You gotta make that the title. Just the whole copy pasta.
Yeah. So that's that, and then the last thing
is that
is
all the fighting game news.
No, one last thing of fighting game news. Axis Games announced that they are publishing a game from a solo developer named Rarebreed. At least I believe they're a solo developer. They might have some freelance. I think they have some freelance people working with them on a new 2D fighting game called Blazing Strike. And this is one of the like prettiest looking fighting games I've seen in a while. I'm going to post an image from the article on here, link in the show notes. But it's trying to emulate that classic like late 90s SNK sprite art style, and keeping with that with like keeping it as a classic, like as a classic fighting game, not something where it's trying to be targeting towards a specific like newer audience to try to bring people in. This is like, this is a game for people who like played these games in the 90s in the arcade and want a game that relives that experience but is new.
I appreciate a fighting game knowing what it is. Let's fucking go. The Taco Bell has arrived.
Yo. And like the sprite work in this looks really good.
Reminds me of Blade Strangers.
Blade Strangers? Man, that game sucks.
Yeah. You guys want to see my copy of Blade Strangers?
Unfortunately, there's no trailer for it right now, and it's not releasing until next year, which kind of sucks that they're announcing it like this early.
So, like, who's making this? Axis?
Axis is publishing it.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
And then there's a person named Rarebreed.
So, like,
who is
Blue Breed?
No.
Okay, good.
And then also, most importantly, they've confirmed it's releasing on PS4, PS5, Xbox consoles, and Steam. And it is going to be using GGPO netcode.
Is it going to be on Stadia?
As of right now, no.
Can I talk about another game that isn't going to be on Stadia?
Absolutely.
Okay. So, there was a trailer for a new game that just got announced. It's called Lies of P. First of all, I've got to say, terrible name. Second off, they just made Bloodborne with Pinocchio.
It's a Pinocchio-based character action game.
Yeah.
Wait,
this is strictly a cinematic trailer. There's no gameplay whatsoever, but like the press release is that like, yep, this is a Souls-like.
What is the phrase stamina action game?
Yeah. Yeah, whatever the fuck. Oh god.
I just feel like trying to make anything like serious with I know Pinocchio is like actually like a relatively serious story.
It's actually like a pretty fucked story, but like I don't know, it's Pinocchio. I can't take that fucker seriously, like, even if you like sell him to the Donkey Factory.
So like if the game catches you doing cheats, does your nose grow? Or
I think the idea is that he grows the nose and like uses it as a weapon or something. Am I fixing that up?
Uh-huh.
Anyway, whatever. It's coming to PS5, Xbox Series, consoles. Christ, fuck that name. PC and Stadia. Except it actually isn't coming to Stadia. They just they fucked that up. It's just coming to PC. Fuck you. Ugh.
That's really funny.
That's really the only reason I brought this up. Is because I saw it earlier in the day. It's like, oh, Stadia, game coming to Stadia, huh? And then like 3 hours later, it's like, oh, actually no.
Also, just the premise is silly.
Then like the name is like, oh god, guys, you guys gotta come up with a better name. Lies of P. It's like they're trying very hard to like not let people know it's a Pinocchio game.
I know.
But it's like, dude, it's obviously like. You can't trick me.
You need to make like...
I know it's a Pinocchio game, and I hate the name. And I feel like people who don't already think the name is dumb, because who's P?
It's for Pinocchio.
I don't know. I feel like the grittiest you can get with like a Pinocchio game, like, because there's like dark and then there's gritty, right? And
yeah,
I feel like they want
more
grit.
like...
But like I feel like the grittiest
it's like edgy almost.
Yeah, the grittiest or like edgiest.
I think is what they're going for.
Yeah, the edgiest you could get with like Pinocchio is like Alice Madness Returns without it getting stupid.
Oh, yeah.
I'd just like to say, for the record, without Berserk existing, this game would not exist.
She's right. It's true. What was it? You know what's funny about this is that apparently there's that Guillermo del Toro Pinocchio movie that was in like development hell for years. It's apparently like coming out, or it's being worked on right now. So, and that's supposed to be like a dark take on Pinocchio, but I mean, obviously not in like the same way as like, so and then Pinocchio draws his blade.
Is that what he actually does?
No, I don't. There's like the whole trailer is just like, it's Giuseppe. I think that's his name, right? First of all, Giuseppe is just a funny name. Never gonna not be funny to call someone Giuseppe. Anyway, it's just Giuseppe like,
hey, you got some of that gabagool.
He's just like saying shit about like the darkness has spread, and he's like walking to like some castle area. It's literally just Yarnum, and then he's like, "It's time to rise, my son." And then you just like see like a robot arm like come to life, and then it's like Lies of P 2022. It's like
I imagine that game is going to control very poorly.
I can't wait to play it. I kind of want to play it now. Talking about this has kind of got me excited for it. You know, I'm a Lies of P head now.
It's trick weapons, but it's pulling out your nose with different weapons.
Gun, sword, roll guard.
PS5 owners so desperate for a game they buy Lies of P.
Lies of PS5 games, more like. Ratchet comes out in like 2 weeks.
Yeah. Tech, you want to talk about the Super Nintendo stuff?
Yeah, let's just get through all of this Nintendo stuff because there's multiple things. But yeah, the first thing is they revealed it's been like 4 months, so Nintendo has decided to placate everyone with new Nintendo Switch Online games. These as everyone has noticed, the selection has gotten to put it nicely, some deep cuts here. Super Baseball Simulator 1000, Magical Drop 2, Spanky's Quest, and Joe and Mac are your SNES games for this month. I don't know why I was saying it like that. They come on the 26th, and also Ninja Jaja Maru-kun is coming to the NES online service. So like you got a baseball sim
online service.
Well, no, it's they've brought Japanese exclusive games over to this before. This is a Nintendo of America tweet, so it's coming here. But yeah, you're getting a puzzle game, a baseball sim, whatever the fuck a Spanky's Quest is, and Joe and Mac is probably the most well-known game here. I actually kind of like Joe and Mac. I think it's pretty good.
Huge win for Joe and Mac fans.
Is that like Punch-Out?
Yeah, Joe and Mac fans. What?
Is that like Punch Out?
No, it's like a side scroller, like arcadey sort of game where you play as like cavemen and you fight dinosaurs. It was like one of my favorite games as a kid.
It's pretty fun.
Okay, I wasn't.
Did you play this material?
I wasn't sure if it was like a crossover between like Knockout and like Ashita no Joe.
Is it? Did you play this? I feel like the game was popular.
I've never heard of it.
It's kind of. I feel like most people don't know what it is nowadays. Like even that JonTron video is like almost 10 years old now. I know, yeah. That hurts, doesn't it? Anyway, so everyone was like, "Nice, not games, you clods,
you clods."
But and also, what was it? Yeah, that's what this game look. It's fucking cool because like you walk across like the dinosaur in like the first area of the level, and then at the end of the level, he wakes up and you fight him. It's cool. It's also very jank, but
it's what we call Ludo Kino.
Yeah, this is literally like what? Oh my god, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is the term?
Ludonarrative dissonance?
No. Something storytelling. You know that
Oh fuck! Hold on.
Oh
it's
my
on
god,
the tip
what
of
the
my
fuck
tongue.
is the? I know, right? It's that pretentious word that like people up their own ass say when they talk about like a game that like tells its story without telling you the story, right? Ugh. I'm the YouTube guy. I should know this. Whatever. Fuck it.
Environmental storytelling.
Thank you. Yes, this is literally environmental storytelling. You fight. You walk across the T-Rex. He's sleeping. You kill the dinosaur. You kill the T-Rex baby. T-Rex wakes up. It's Kino. Anyway, usually when these these Switch Online game drops happen, there's usually a disparity between the English and Japanese releases, and this time it's no different. Japan's getting Fire Emblem 4 Genealogy of the Holy War, which has come up. Well, which came out just last week. Came up last week on the podcast because it was its 25th anniversary. This is cool for them. I mean, it sucks that we're not getting it, but like, how the fuck were you gonna? You're not gonna play this game without knowing Japanese. Still, it's just another case of Japan gets better games than we do. As always,
it's never been a better time to be a Japanese person.
Yeah.
That's.
All right, but here's some other news. Here's some other Nintendo news. So there was more stuff that came out about this the Skyward Sword, Sword HD.
I forgot about that.
What was it?
Is that why people have been talking about this? Is there an HD remake coming out?
Yeah,
it's coming out
God,
in July.
I cannot. Okay, I've had it up to here with Zelda fans. Like I'm putting my hand at the top of the camera for those who can't see. I cannot take this all of these arguments about okay, but like was Twilight Princess actually good? Like was Skyward Sword actually, can we call it good now? And then they start talking about like the fucking timeline, and I've heard it like 60 times in the past like week, and I'm just so over it. Nobody even talks about the 2D games in these conversations. I feel like Aaron Hansen right now.
That's a terrible position to be in. Yeah. You never want to feel like Aaron Hansen.
I'm sorry. Do you need to talk about it?
No, I just did.
Anyway, Lies of P. Nah, just kidding. I'm talking about Skyward Sword HD. They revealed this new amiibo. It's Zelda and like her loft wing, which is like the bird thing you fly around it in the game. And everyone knows like amiibos. They usually have like this tie into like gameplay and the what was it? The thing that this amiibo lets you do in Skyward Sword is it lets you if you use it, you can travel between the surface and the sky at any location in like the overworld area, and people have been none too pleased about this. There's a lot of shit flinging going on online. Before I go any further, Tabby, have you played Skyward Sword?
Do I look like somebody who would waste my time with that game?
Okay, so you haven't. Null, have you played Skyward Sword?
Negative.
Okay,
I only played 2D Zelda.
Yeah. I know. I had to ask for I need to set this up.
Yeah.
I personally have played like an hour of Skyward Sword. I've barely played it at all. So none of us have played Skyward Sword, right? Okay.
Correct.
So knowing that this was a big news story about how shitty Nintendo is, I decided to ask an expert, a Skyward Sword expert, and I asked him if this is a big deal or not, and he does not seem to think so. Like, the game is built around these specific spots where the game can fly up, so it doesn't really like change much if you can just do it anywhere. So, am I going to say that this is good? No, I don't think I will. I think I don't like the idea of like, amiibos like doing stuff like this. I never have. This was in like Samus Returns too, where like the hard mode of the game is locked behind an amiibo. And I would prefer it if it would just if it has to do anything, just give you like costumes or something. But do I think that this is maximum Nintendo greed at it again? No, not really. I think people need to chill a little bit. Is this HD port kind of lame? Probably, yeah. I mean, it's a $60 game.
Are Zelda games the worst about like amiibos for game rewards or whatever? Because I remember with
Twilight Princess HD.
No, Breath of the Wild. You could, if you bought the Epona, like amiibo, you just got the horse from the start.
Is that? I don't think that's true.
No, it is, because I remember specifically they had to create a separate speedrun category for that game when it came out.
Oh,
that
okay.
Was called Amiibo %, where you were allowed to use the amiibo.
I have the horse one where like Link's on top of the horse. I do not think it gives you a horse. I think it just gives you like clothes or something.
I remember, it may not be the horse, but I remember there being an amiibo that gave you a horse, though, in Twilight Princess. Or not Twilight Princess, in...
Even still, that's not really that big of a change. Like, it's not like it's something that you can only get with the Amiibo. Like, you can literally just get a horse, like, at, like, the first, 20 minutes of the game after you finish.
Did you say Amiibo?
Yeah, I did. I thought it'd be funny.
Also, as just a reminder, for the audience...
Oh, yes.
Your phone has an RFID chip in it. That's all.
Yeah,
I'm
you
saying.
can just spoof these.
This is literally just like the closest thing I can think of to this is like, how much does an amiibo cost? Like on release?
It's like
Depends
$15,
on the amiibo.
I saw people saying this one goes for $25. Is that true?
Yes, because it's one of the extra big amiibos.
It doesn't look that much bigger.
It is. That's because of the photos. It is like significantly bigger.
Is it half scale?
That's a little rough.
Half scale amiibo. So
I know that they do the big amiibo sometimes. I didn't know that this was one of them.
Jar.
The closest thing I can
You're
think
so
of
thank you.
to this in like video game history is like pre-order bonuses that just like give you like random stuff at the beginning of the game that's probably like inconsequential, but it also just like gives you a little boost, little boosty.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. I think a lot of people are probably,
and I hate pre-order bonuses.
Yeah, no, pre-order bonuses are fucking lame. Everyone, I think people are more upset about like the grander scale of this.
It's like changing the game in a way.
It's like the principle of the matter, or like in out of context, like it's not really that big of a deal. But this is a $60 remaster for a Wii game that you can get for like $20 on the Wii U. That doesn't really seem to have anything else changed about the game except for adding like
a singular pay to win feature.
Regular controls and stuff. So So on that hand, I can see why people would be upset, but I do definitely think that there's an element of like dogpiling because it's easy to shit on Nintendo because they're Nintendo. They make it so easy. It's easy to shit on them because they make it easy.
Yeah.
Nice.
Real quick, does anyone actually care about Skyward Sword? Like, real honest sentence here. Like,
trust me, I've heard a lot of people who care about Skyward Sword over the past week.
I feel like those.
How do you think I have a correspondent? Was I not just telling you about the correspondent?
Yeah, but I feel like these are like Sonic CD people, or the one that nobody played is the one. No, I swear it's good, bro.
He just played it like last year.
Big if true.
This is like, I don't know. Like I said, we're getting to the point with Skyward Sword and like these like Wii Legend of Zelda games where it's just like people are crawling out of the woodworks to be like, well, actually, it was good and it was my favorite.
Well, it's a popular series, so of course there's going to be people that like at least one of the entries. There's people that like Zelda 2. You're on a podcast with someone who likes one.
I know Zelda you crawled 2. Out of the woodwork, but
I love doing it.
But like, I literally witnessed someone be like, yeah, no, like Twilight Princess like is my favorite. It was also like my first Legend of Zelda game, but like that doesn't mean anything to you. It's my favorite.
No, it does. It absolutely does.
I mean, why do you think A Link to the Past is my favorite? Like, it's because it was the first one I played.
Speaking of the past, no, just kidding. I still have more stuff to say about this. All right, so I forgot to mention this, but in the top left corner of the screen when they were showing off the Nintendo Switch Online games, you have like your Switch profile icon in the corner at all times, which is kind of distracting looking, but whatever. In this footage, you can see the person has a Metroid Prime S, like the Samus S icon. I don't know if that's already an icon. If it's not, oh, never mind. It is. Get fucked. Never mind.
But they could be teasing.
I thought it wasn't an icon.
It could be a tease.
I thought they were adding one.
The Baja Blast in the background of the game panel. It could be a tease to Tropical Freeze 2.
I thought this wasn't added already. That's why. That's the only reason why I mentioned this. Now I don't care, because now I know they've had it in there since like forever. Okay, that's all the Nintendo stuff. Do you have anything else you want to talk about, Tabby?
I've got two things. One right. Small, one potentially big. So Team Cherry dev with the Discord name Leth said Leth as in Seth with an L.
That's a big laugh.
Said that there is no Hollow Knight news for E3 this year.
God.
They can take as much time as they want on this game. I don't care.
Silksong heads continue to seethe.
Yeah, they how long have they been working on this? Like 2 years now?
Yeah, and they can work on it for another 4 years if it means that it comes out and it's a good game.
All I want to say is that like 2 years is really not that long to wait. Especially if it's going to be a full game like what it is.
I'm still waiting for the Katana Zero DLC.
What I'm saying is that gamers are just entitled.
It's true.
And don't have good time frame references. I blunk and the day passed.
Blunk.
It's May already. It's fucking May already. Last night I went to sleep and it was the beginning of lockdown. And now it's fucking May. A year later, I'm 20 pounds heavier.
May the 21st
I'm mad at myself
you.
that I forgot it was going to be May because I didn't make my very funny April 30th tweet where you play the Backstreet Boys song where they go, "It's gonna be May." It's always very funny. But speaking of things that are funny,
Lies of P.
No.
Just got a second trip.
Somebody, you've mentioned this enough times in the podcast
game.
that somebody has to actually play it when it comes out.
I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it. It's on PS5. I gotta play it.
The Lies of P spoiler cast.
I'm down.
So
if this podcast hasn't exploded by then, yeah.
Devolver Digital is apparently rumored to go public on like the stock markets and the like, which is usually good. It will let them round up more funding.
Remember, this wouldn't have happened if not for Berserk.
Technically,
no, just kidding. This is all Hotline Miami's fault.
Fault in a good way. It is Hotline Miami's fault. Which I find it really funny that it's now Devolver Digital is the Fall Guys and Loop Hero people, not the Hotline Miami people.
They should legit. I'm not joking. They should definitely give the Denaton guys like 15% stake in the company.
Yeah, but
they owe everything to those guys.
So the big thing is their current valuation is around $1.4 billion.
Of course.
I didn't know Devolver was doing that well.
Well, I mean, you just said it. They published Fall Guys.
They made my friend Pablo. I mean, come on.
Pedro,
yeah, that one.
They've been like one of the premier indie devs for almost a decade.
I need to add an addendum to my earlier statement about video game studios. I forgot that there was a fourth option, and it was go public. I completely forgot until this came up. for
what
things
about Valve? Where does Valve lay in that? Are they small?
Valve isn't a game dev studio.
Yeah, good one, but they are.
Name one game that's not Half-Life, Alex.
Name one Valve.
Artifact. Get fucked. You never said it had to be a good game.
Because I forgot about Artifact. I play card games.
Yeah, you're playing that Digimon one.
Yeah.
Jaywitz just made a video about
yeah, someone linked that to me, and I have opinions about Jaywitz.
What though? Jaywitz is sick. I love Jaywitz.
I don't like him.
You Reggie rocking with my nonsense. I hope it's Poke products. You can stop. I fucking love Jaywitz back in the day. He was one of the first channels I ever watched.
Of course it is. That makes so much sense.
Or like frequently watched rather.
But yeah, if Devolver Digital does go public and they do start at 1.4 billion, good for them. Bad news for the rest of us though, because
Tencent acquires 51% stake in the company.
That is entirely possible. If they go,
Epic acquires 51% in the company.
There's enough big names that could acquire them that would be not good. But it's also with shareholders, like
going public
shareholders
sucks.
just want to make money. They don't.
They do suck. They suck. Yeah.
They will hurt your favorite creative properties.
Hurt your brand.
That's all
baby.
suits do.
The problem with going public is that like you now need to make exponentially like more money every single like fiscal year. Whereas like before it was possible to just like coast and whatnot, but that's
I think with oh god, sorry. I think with Fall Guys, being the thing is like Fall Guys was very right place, right time.
It was hot for like a month.
Yeah, and that's because it was free on the PlayStation Store. That was like the big reason why it blew up.
They probably got a huge check from Sony from that too.
They did. There's actually there's an interview with the I don't remember the actual Mediatonic
the Fall Guy
who was like yeah, I think we would have liked the amount of sales that would result in our servers crashing on launch day, because they were all coming from the PlayStation side of things. But the Fall Guys is still popular on consoles because it was free. Like that is like people say Fall Guys dead game, but it like still has like 15,000 people playing it on Steam as well.
No, you don't. You don't understand, Tabby. If there's like not like 100,000 people playing the game and all your favorite streamers aren't playing it, it's dead. It's a dead game.
That's why Twitch is dead and IRL streaming is the only way to proceed, but I'm not going to get into that right now.
Exactly.
I'm not guaranteed hot tub stream.
But talking about
yes.
But to bring it back to going public with Devolver, I say we we scrounge up all of our loot box coin and we like buy majority shares in the company.
You guys still have your loot box coin, right?
Well, I was hoping you two would have bought some loot box coin. It's funny. I actually almost bought one of those.
Oh my god!
When it was, if you don't know what I'm talking about, like I think like 2 E3s ago, the last E3, Devolver does a presentation every time, and they did this thing where my queen Nina Struthers announced the loot box coin, where you could buy a literal coin, like a 3D printed coin off of the Devolver Digital's website for whatever price they felt like at the time you refreshed the page. It could be $5, it could be 500. It sold out in like 2 hours.
Yeah, it was. The thing is, the price kept increasing the more people bought it. So if you were one of the first people,
I thought it was just jumping around.
No. It was a cryptocurrency. So the more people that were trying to buy it, the more people that were on the page trying to get it, the price went up.
God damn. Yeah. No, really though. Maybe that was. Wait, was that 2 years ago or was that 3 years ago?
That would have been no E3 last year. They didn't. Did they do something last year?
I don't think so. It wasn't.
When was the Nina Struthers retrieval arc?
I don't remember. It might have been 2018 because I think I was in my new house in 2019 by the time E3 rolled around.
No, so Nina Struthers retrieval arc.
No, it was
2020. It was 2020. So yeah, it was only 2 years ago.
Okay, yeah, just all right. But yeah, looking forward to. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's scary. I know. Looking forward to Devolver's E3 show. I hope they make a joke about going public. Maybe they, like, oh yeah, Microsoft bought us and we're not going to make games anymore.
We are now exclusively making Forza Horizon.
Very good.
Shout outs to Forza.
So I got one more thing. To talk about, and it's it's Limited Run has announced with in collaboration with Retrobit Gaming, they're releasing Mega Man: The Wily Wars on Sega Genesis, like an actual like physical cartridge of it. Friday at 10 a.m. It says.
Who cares?
And Limited Run Games, they do like open pre-orders now, so you'll definitely be able to get this.
The Wily Wars sucks.
Live. Yes, the Wily Wars is I have played the Wily Wars. I've never beaten it, but the Wily Wars has kind of weird controls, and I don't really care for how it looks per se. It has like that dingy sort of up-resed NES graphics and it looks like they traced 16-bit graphics over the 8-bit games. Not to mention Mega Man games are like already like some of the better looking in the NES library. But yeah, like the physics, the physics are kind of off, especially like the later Mega Man. It's like Mega Man 6 looks fucking incredible. But anyway, this is still like kind of cool because it never got released over here except through the Sega Channel, which was like a download service where you like downloaded games off of like a modem that you paid monthly for. Very ahead of its time. It was like the Game Pass of its day.
Shut up.
But the cool thing about the Wily Wars, this is why you play this game, is that you get 3 extra levels. Or I think it's like actually more like 6 or something. When you beat all 3 Mega Man games, you get like this thing called the Wily Tower, where you fight these 3 new Robot Masters and a new Dr. Wily Tower, and you get to use all of the power-ups from all 3 of the Mega Man games. So you can get the metal blades with the top spin, and the what the fuck is it called? The search snake with
thanks,
the
Dr. Wowie.
Ice spreader or whatever. It's kind of cool. It's a cool idea. They probably should just have it like unlocked from the start for this release, but they probably won't. But this is just for like collectors. It's just nice to have it.
Pretty nice. If I told you guys
$70.
If I told you guys, imagine if I told you guys that I only played one mainline Mega Man game, what would you think?
Which one
do you think it was?
Battle Network 2.
No, mainline.
Oh, mainline. Okay.
7.
What's your guess, Tech?
I'm gonna guess you played 9.
It's 9.
Yes. You want? Here's my reasoning. Mega Man 9 was really hot at the time because it was one of the first retro revivals. You wanted something to play on the virtual console, or your friend did.
I didn't have a Wii.
So you just when'd you play it? When it came out, or like when it got re-released later?
You know what? I think I must have played it on my friend's Wii because he did have a Wii.
Yeah. Mega Man 9 was a big deal back in the day.
Yeah, I remember people talking about that game and they're like, they finally made Mega Man hard again, dude. It's sick. I don't know how true that is, but
I've actually never played Mega Man 9.
Oh, okay.
It's not good.
Yeah, that's what people seem to say nowadays. It got received well back in the day, but I think that was mostly because people really just wanted another Mega Man game. And it something I don't like about, from what I understand about 9, is that it jerks off 2 the most, which is annoying because 2 controls objectively worse than all the other Mega Man games after it because it doesn't have the slide and it still has the shitty fucking slidey physics that Mega Man 1 had.
All right. I'm gonna tell you right now. I hate the slide. I hate the slide in Mega Man.
You're whack.
Mega Man was perfect. You had jump and shoot. I don't need slide.
Oh man.
Jump, slide.
I disagree because Castlevania, when they added the slide, it was also good. So
no. Castlevania, it's fine. I'm talking about Mega Man here.
Listen,
Mega Man is like the same thing as Castlevania.
It's basically the same game.
It's basically the same game.
No.
Like what?
It's made by the same people.
Jump and whip. 2 things. Jump, whip.
Technically.
When's Simon Belmont gonna nay?
Can we talk about the past news?
As soon as I think of a cool segue. Here, we'll call it the lies of T. T for tectonic. I don't know where I'm going with this, actually. Never mind. Link to play the song. No, play me off.
Link to the past.
I'm eating a Crunchwrap Supreme.
A link to the past. Here we go. A link to the past. Start the show. A link to the past. Give your all. You know this game's a blast. You won't fall. A link to the past. Save the world.
You know what's funny is I listen to the podcast at 2 times speed, so whenever I get to this the past part of the section, so it's like a link to the past, a link to the past, a link to the past. I don't even get to enjoy the song. It's a shame. Thank you, Andyblarg.
So I'll start with my thing because it's less relevant to the grander scheme of the past. So
start the show.
As of May 18th, 2013? Was that 8 years ago? 8 years ago, from May 18th. Actually, I can just watch this trailer.
May the 18th be with you.
It'll tell me when it's uploaded. It was May 2013. The Guilty Gear Xrd sign trailer was revealed at the ArcSys Nationals tournament in Japan. And let me just say, if you haven't watched this, like, watching this trailer now, you're like, oh, whatever. But seeing this trailer back then is...
From what I understand about Guilty Gear, this was a big deal.
No fighting... Like Guilty Gear Xrd was still one of the best looking fighting games until Strive got announced. Like...
Oh, Xrd looks beautiful.
Not only is it super relevant for the, like, just for how it visually handles, how turning this from 2D sprites into 3D models, which is still, like, looking at it, you're like, oh yeah, that's sprites, and then they clash and the camera spins around them. It's fucking cool. But
like, before this, we had, like, what 3D fighters did we have that looked like... It was like
that looked good.
Not 3D fighters. Sorry, 2D fighters with 3D graphics. It's like KOF looks terrible. Like
the KOF 14 was after this. You had Street Fighter 4.
Well, the thing is you needed like time to like feel the ripple effect of like the new game, because like people were making some booty. Okay, Mortal Kombat just looks good though. They've kind of built their brand on 3D. Like I'm talking about games that like transition from 2D to 3D, I guess.
Marvel 3
looks terrible.
Yeah, Marvel.
I don't think Marvel 3 looks great. It looks okay. It doesn't look amazing though.
Marvel 3 doesn't need to look good. It plays good.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, Marvel has never really looked good, has it? Because it's always just been like a hodgepodge of other fighting game sprites that just clash.
Marvel 2 is like the infamous sprite dump, but it's still
But
really
it's
like
Marvel.
It's Marvel, baby.
Street Fighter.
Fighting EX Slayer.
Fighting EX Slayer wasn't out.
That's a 3D one.
I don't know. I just think that like
is there a new Tekken?
Yeah, there's been plenty of
Tekken's,
well, I mean, like as of now.
Yeah, Tekken's always been 3D.
But Tekken's been a 3D game since it was created.
Yeah, I'm talking about
God damn it.
Games that were going from like sprite art to like to traditionally drawn to 3D.
I think Street Fighter
besides Street Fighter and like
Street Fighter Cross Tekken?
Street Fighter, Blaze Blue.
No, Blaze Blue is a 2D game.
It was always sprites, wasn't it?
Blaze Blue is sprites.
Yeah, it's like Persona 4 Arena.
Oh yeah, I guess so, huh? Yeah, I don't know.
I try to think of like games that came back.
There aren't
KOF
like a lot of fighting games
in.
either, so it's like we're pulling from a small sample size.
Sam Show, I guess.
Sam Show, way after you're.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying now. I'm just saying now, not even at
the
point is that there wasn't a Guilty Gear game in like years, and people thought it was dead because Blaze Blue was out.
Well, it was also because it was in publisher hell. Like there was like weird like disputes between who actually owned the rights to Guilty Gear.
Really? I thought Arc Sys just always self-published it.
No. So they didn't back in the 90s.
Who does? Bamco?
No, it is published by.
It wouldn't have been Bamco back then.
It's
anyway.
I don't remember who it is. It's some like minor company.
Index.
You know who owns Guilty Gear? You, the viewer. Anyway,
they may have gotten it back. That's the thing, but
well, regardless, whatever happened, they managed to.
It was. Was it? No, it wasn't that. Yeah, no, it was Sega Sammy owned it.
Oh, okay.
So
that tracks.
I was able to articulate my thoughts here a little bit better. Exard like laid the blueprint for like what a 3D, like what a game transitioning from 2D to 3D needs to be, like.
And no game has copied it since.
Making.
Yeah, but like
3D fighters is hard.
It's true.
It is.
It's hard,
it's
but it's not like it's a secret how they did it. And like
no, they've actually had a full GDC talk about how they did it. They explained in detail.
It's the same thing with GGPO. Like it was a thing that was talked about at length, and every fighting game should have it
around the same time.
Yeah,
even
and it's like that's the standard that we're good. Grand Blue looks good. Is Grand Blue 3D?
Grand Blue is 3D?
Yeah.
Arc Sys only makes 3D games now.
It's also Arc Sys.
I was gonna say that's what I'm saying. Like there are 3D games that are like 2D that look good. You know.
The thing is we haven't had an Arc Sys game that's not based off a pre-existing property in 3D yet. That's gonna be the big tell of like. Because like, obviously Guilty Gear looks great. Like Guilty Gear is good, but every other game that they've done in their 3D engine has been a licensed game.
True, yeah. I don't know how much of an impact that'll actually have, though.
It impacts art style a ton. Like DBFZ, like it looks like Toriyama's art turned into 3D models. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it looks phenomenal.
And it's the same thing with the Grand Blue. They turned the Grand Blue art style into 3D models.
They did it in the way that Exard like made their models look good. Is the thing.
Yeah, because that's like how you make anime renders.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know what you're talking about. Like you mean like It's yet to be proven if ArcSys can make a new, from the ground up 3D fighting game with designs designed to be seen in 3D.
I'm just interested to see what's going to happen.
But they don't even, like, they've created a process where they don't even need to do that. They can just draw, like, anime concepts and then take that art style and transition it to 3D. Like,
when was the last time they even made, like, a completely new IP anyway?
Blaze.
Yeah, that was over, like, 12 years ago, right?
Yeah. And now I get to be, like, Guilty Gear boomers, and I can be like, when's the next Blaze Blue coming out for the next 8 years?
it's true. I would like a new Blaze Blue. Preferably.
Oh, well, you guys have a Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle.
It's not the same.
You can play as Yunaru Kami.
Look, I literally I own a PS3 to play Persona 4 Arena. Like, that's like really the main reason why I have it.
I had a PS3 once.
I like
not since the chocolate milk incident.
Every game in BB Tag I've played, and I like those games. I don't like them in BB Tag.
Why not? You don't like Weiss Schnee?
No, the Ruby characters are stupid.
Ruby's got a scythe and she's really good.
Yeah, she goes Crimson Rose. Ah! Ah!
Ruby Soho.
Ruby is also just like dominant, like not dominant, but she's been a consistent. Well,
she's dominant, you say?
She was dominating the.
You're talking about Gorby?
But yeah, the original like
the Scythe Squad. I remember watching BB Tag Top 8, and every single like team had had Ruby and this other Scythe guy.
It was either.
I wonder why they're using him. Why they're using these guys?
It was either Gordo and Ruby, or it was.
It's just Gordo.
Or it was. Well, there was the Grapplers team too.
Was Koji Cog in that top 8?
Yeah, I believe so.
BB Tag 2018. Man, I will say, so I was at Evo 2017, and being in the crowd for the BB Tag reaction, like for when that trailer dropped, was pretty hype. Yeah, it was Koji Cog. Koji Cog was playing Tager Waldstein, and then you had there was a variety of teams in that top 8. It just happened to be like Ruby Gourds were doing very well because you had. I'm sorry, I'm getting into a lot of niche now about BB Tag, but it has notable anime players in it. Like Koji Cog was playing Tager Waldstein, Dora Bang was playing Hazama New 13. Fenrich was playing Jinhide. Fame was in top 8? I don't even remember that. But he was playing Yujin. Yeah, then you had Heiho playing Ruby Gordo, Goda playing Gordo, New 13, Kazunoko. If you know the character Kazunoko was playing, like, you know they're busted. I'm kind of rambling here. I'm sorry. I'm good.
So Guilty Gear Xrd was announced this week.
Yes.
A turning point. Where finally the Guilty Gear heads got a win that they needed.
And they've been winning ever since.
Guilty Gear 2.
They never stopped winning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus
they're
our
about to win again
plus
in 2
our
weeks.
plus our
GG
GG with
fans,
rollback, like
Revelator.
Rev 2 about to be like there's just they keep winning.
Hey, we have
all they have to do is deal with the psychotic lobby system.
Yeah. Add rollback to CF, please. I beg you. And to
Speaking of rollback, let's roll back
to 2001.
Even further. To 2001. Just like the Dr. Dre album, you know, the one with the weed leaf. It's got Forgot About Dre on it.
Yeah, I have.
What's the difference? Yeah, okay, just making sure everyone knows.
And
I think that album came out in '99. Actually,
I have that album. It's in my like large like DVD like book, my CD book that has all my albums in it.
It's pretty fucking good album.
Yeah,
it's got a lot of good like hot singles, you know.
Yeah. So,
but anyway, it's E3. 2001.
A lot of stuff's happened in this E3.
Looking at this Giant Bomb like article just talking about the E3 of the time, this is probably one of the best E3s of all time.
Yeah, Dark Age of Camelot was there. You know, my dad played that game.
I knew someone who played Dark Age of Camelot.
I remember my dad was just like, this game's great. It's a shame they're shutting down the server. He's like, check it out. It's like an MMO.
Isn't it like back? Can't you like play it for free now?
Probably.
I think so.
It seems kind of cool. It was, this was back in the day when like, if before WoW, where it was like a Wild West where like multiple MMOs could be successful.
Yeah.
Now you just get games like WildStar and Guild Wars 2.
Hey, people like Guild Wars 2.
What was the only reason I stopped playing Guild Wars 2? What was the one that was on PS2? EverQuest Online Adventures?
Yeah, the only reason sorry, I want a tangent again. The only reason I stopped playing Guild Wars 2 is because my account got banned because it got hacked by Chinese gold farmers. And it was banned for like an entire year until I went to PAX and I was talking with this Frenchman in line for some game.
Yeah, I got banned Guild Wars 2. It's bullshit. It's like, oh, no, you should not have been banned. Here, let me pull out my Guild Wars account. You are free to go.
The dude was the head community manager for Guild Wars 2.
How do you keep running into... Don't you have a story about running into Tim Rogers? Maybe.
There was his game Video Ball. Is that the name of his game?
Yeah, Video Ball.
Video Ball. There was a short man walking around with a monitor on his chest and a computer in his bag.
I refuse to believe that's anyone besides Tim Rogers.
Going up to people and waiting in long lines, and I was waiting in the
doesn't matter what line it is.
It doesn't matter what. And he's like, it was Halo. It was Halo 4.
Ugh.
Or Halo 5, one of those two. And he's like, would you like to play my game Video Ball?
Well, if he said,
excuse me, would you like to play Video Ball?
Yeah.
And I did, and guess what? Video Ball was one of the best games
from Action Button Games.
Video Ball was one of the best games I played at that show.
Yeah. I do. I remember. I've been watching like a lot of his videos recently, and I do recall him talking about. Hey, you brought him up this time, not me. But I recall him talking about going to an E3. I mean, you as in the collective you, not like.
Oh.
But
you, the viewer.
Yeah, you, the viewer, brought up Tim Rogers. But I remember him talking about like how he went to E3 with Video Ball and was just like getting random people to play it with him. So that's entirely possible.
This was at PAX, not an E3.
Same shit.
Who's
it's
to
all
say
the same.
He hasn't done it at multiple?
Yeah.
I choose to believe this. Tell us the story about Matt McMuscles, too. Tell us that one.
No.
Okay. Well, save it for next time. Whenever the anniversary of the best friends breaking up, you can talk about that. But let's talk about Super Smash Brothers Melee, because this was the reveal of Melee. It would come out like it wasn't a launch title, but it was fairly close to launch. It came out in 2001, so same year. And this is like
the system seller.
You've probably what?
It's a system seller.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the best-selling GameCube game or whatever. I think it like sold like over like 8 million copies. But like if you've probably seen this exact like reveal of the game, because there's a popular like rip of this trailer online. It's a cam rip of the audience reaction to it, and you can just see people like live just like cheering on specific parts about the reveal. Like when Samus and Ridley show up, everyone just starts losing their shit. It's I always thought it was because people thought Ridley was gonna be playable, but I think they were just hyped to see Samus again because it had been so long.
Yeah.
But there's stuff like that. When the ice climbers show up, there's this, you can barely hear like one guy in the audience be like, "Oh yeah, ice climbers." It's like so funny, and when like Sheik's like playing on her harp, people start like fucking losing their shit because Ocarina of Time is the GOAT, and still was at the time.
It still is.
Some might say, but it's just a really like legendary trailer. It's like infectious to hear like the excitement for the game and the audience, and the fact that we know that the game came out and was like, it's fucking amazing. It's one of the best GameCube games, and it wasn't even like the only thing Nintendo had that year, because this was like the big like unveiling of the GameCube. So they also revealed Luigi's Mansion was at this show. Animal Crossing, which was technically an N64 game, but still, they actually had a couple of rare games, like Cameo was here, and same with the Saberwolf, which actually got canceled, I think. Cameo eventually came out, but Star Fox Adventures was here too. The Wave Race game that launched with the GameCube. Pikmin. Actually, I think Pikmin won Best of Show or something, or no, I think it got runner up, right? All right, it got runner-up for the Critics' Choice or Game Critics Awards of Best Original Game. The winner was Majestic for PC, whatever this is. It's like, wait a minute, Majestic is like an ARG? That's actually kind of cool. I'll have to look at that later. But yeah, just like Nintendo's coming out fucking swinging with this shit. Metroid Prime was revealed here. Like the first big reveal of the game. Metroid Prime is like one of the best games ever made. And they also had a bunch of like Game Boy Advance shit. Like Metroid Fusion, which I think was just called Metroid 4 at the time. Golden Sun. Oh wow, Grunty's Revenge. Wow,
what's the Metroid game that people hate?
Other M.
I always get that
Other Melee.
confused.
Yeah, other Melee. Project M. That's E3 2010. I might talk about that because
we'll get to that.
Yeah, well, stay tuned. But yeah, no, just like this is a pretty good showing from Nintendo. And like any other year, they probably would have slam dunk #1 E3, but they weren't the only ones who like kind of fucking blew everything away.
Dude, like
take it away, Noel.
MGS2, Silent Hill 2, like these games are fucking huge. Lots of twos here. Silent Scope 2.
Final Fantasy 10.
Yeah, Final Fantasy 2, 10-2. No, I'm kidding. Oh yeah, 10-2. Or I mean 10, yeah.
Yeah, talk about some of the PS2 games they were showing off, because this wasn't the year the PS2 came out. It was already like kind of.
Yeah.
Actually, was it? It was in America, right?
It would have been out October 2004 or 2004.
2000, right?
Yeah,
so
2000.
I believe they were showing off the PS2 network adapter here.
Yeah, that's what it says.
And they were showing off a bunch of like internet games that like you could use like with the network adapter, such as PlanetSide and EverQuest and what was the other one? I'm not entirely sure, but they also had like Ico, which is that one game.
I still need to fucking play Ico.
That one game by that one company. Very good game.
Critical Darling.
Yeah.
Have you played Ico? No.
I played like half of it on the PlayStation 3 re-release.
Yeah, same. Like I got like a couple hours into it, and just kind of like, just for circumstances, I never got around to playing it. Something I really like about Ico though is that you have to hold down the R2 to I forget her name, the girl's name. You hold down the trigger and you hold her hand, and you let go. I don't know, just something about that is like it's like one of those like simple things that like really connects you to the game that like Japan Studio or like Team Ico is really good at.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, no,
really cool game.
Yeah, really cool game. Dark Cloud, another just like fantastic game. I've never played it, but
love Dark Cloud.
I know people love it.
Best 7 out of 10 ever made.
Twisted Metal Black, the cursed game.
Isn't that game good?
Yeah, but wasn't there like a thing with like everyone who worked on Twisted Metal Black like died?
Oh, I think I remember hearing about this.
What?
Well, I mean, David Jaffe's alive, right? He worked on it.
Did he consume their souls to stay alive?
Yeah, I don't know. It was just like I'm pretty sure Twisted Metal Black was one of those games where like you hear like the stories of like how like people who worked on it just had misfortunes befall them and things like that. But maybe I'm misremembering. It also could just be one of those old internet forum things. It's complete bullshit.
I'm not seeing anything. I looked up Twisted Metal Black Curse. I'm looking at Twisted Metal Curse. Let me look up Twisted Metal Deaths.
You're just gonna see like Twisted Metal All Deaths compilation YouTube.
Twisted Metal Head On.
Oh, was it Head On? Okay.
Apply directly to the forehead.
Okay, hang. Let me. Alright, so right now I'm looking at a fucking Game FAQs article. This is probably, or a Game FAQs thread. This is probably not the, Alright, I'm getting mixed messages about this. So I'm not gonna push any further.
Yeah, maybe.
Did you already mention Jak and Daxter?
No, I didn't. I was getting there. Jak and Daxter, the Precursor Legacy. I don't know. What is that? The first game in Jak and Daxter?
Yeah, that's the first one.
Okay,
yeah.
I didn't know it had that that subtitle, the Precursor Legacy. I just always knew it as Jak and Daxter.
People usually just call it. Yeah, they just call it Jak and Daxter.
That's what confused.
I remember when I see
the Precursor Legacy, I think it's like, oh yeah, this is the like. This
is the shitty PSP
yeah,
one.
This is the PSP like prequel game that they made that's not that good. But yeah, no.
The Lost Frontier.
Jak and Daxter is super cool.
When I was a kid, I was at a friend's house once and I saw a commercial for Jak and Daxter and I thought it was the coolest fucking game ever made. I wanted it so bad and I've never played it.
You should play it sometime.
I should, yeah. I'd probably like it.
Yeah.
You know, it's Naughty Dog platformer. We're good at those.
Yeah, so... And it looks like Kinetica is like a racing game, right? That came out. And that game was like kind of... they have like an engine called the Kinetica engine in Sony Computer Entertainment Santa Monica, and this game is like basically like this game is I assume this is the game they built the engine with or tested the engine with, because this is the first game that used the engine, and the Kinetica engine would be used for like Twisted Metal Black, God of War, Jak and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank, Sly Cooper, like all these games.
Oh no shit, yeah. Really?
So
I never knew that.
Yeah.
I didn't know they all use the same engine.
Yeah, so this is like this like weird like motorcycle racing game is that they revealed is also like the reveal of the engine that would power a lot of their like really good games.
Just the backbone of the PS2 like greats.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Kingdom Hearts.
Devil May Cry.
Kingdom
Hearts was here?
Kingdom Hearts was Squaresoft.
Yeah, this is like probably... don't think it's a hot take. This is probably like one of the best E3s ever.
No, this is...
I don't know. Have you seen the one where the guy played the flute?
That one was pretty good. He played that flute very well.
You didn't even mention Advance Wars.
I didn't. It kind of got lost in the shuffle. But yeah, Advance Wars is cool.
Better than Fire Emblem.
Yeah, I know. See.
I'm just saying.
Who's still getting games, bitch?
I'm just saying, like, Advance Wars Genealogy of the Holy War would have been way better than Fire Emblem Genealogy of the Holy War.
Genealogy of the Holy War, more like Genealogy of the Horrible War. That game stinks.
Yeah, but if it was Advanced War, it would have been good.
I would also
Genealogy of the
Genealogy of the Horrible
fucking
War.
Klonoa. By the way, did no one mention the Klonoa thing in our like recent news?
No, what happened with Klonoa?
Klonoa doesn't exist.
Somebody was doing. Well, the reason I'm mentioning it here is because Klonoa was at this E3. And I don't remember who it was, but like what brand it was, but they had a thread. It's like this giant thread, and then at the bottom they're like, it's like a poll, and it's like, who wants to see Klonoa come back? And like everybody is just like, yes, and they're like, I'll push this forward. And I'm like, okay.
Who was this?
It was some like
John Klonoa himself.
No, it was like one of the European sects of one of the companies that handles it. I can't.
Bamco?
Maybe. I need to see.
Man, Bandai Namco Europe's Twitter is like wildin' though. That's what you have to remember.
Oh, it was Bandai Namco Nordics. Is the account.
Yeah, pass it along, pal. All right.
Yeah, here. So, I mean, THQ Nordic, Bandai Namco Nordics. So this is like the thing. They just like made this poll, and the answers are yes, I crave more Klonoa, and then there's no, and then there's maybe. And it's like 90.
So someone on that team just really likes Klonoa and had access to the social media account.
It's just like,
you know, oh yeah, here's something from the guy. Klonoa is one of my personal favorite games growing up. I remember the game very fondly for how innovative and straight up magical it was. Glad to see you're also feeling some of the magic, even through a Twitter thread alone.
yeah.
Heart emoji. You know, it's funny, Null. They actually announced that they're pressing the Klonoa 1 and 2 soundtracks on vinyl.
Really?
So maybe there's something to this.
Maybe
like drum up hype for it.
Yeah, like maybe.
Yeah.
This is like murmurs in the mist, so it's hard to say. But it'd be cool.
Did you play this? Did you play the Game Boy Advanced Klonoa game?
No, I only played the first one, and only a portion of it.
I'm gonna be 100% honest right now. I genuinely did not know Klonoa existed until like the end of last year.
That doesn't surprise me, considering there hasn't been like a Klonoa game since like that Wii one.
Like, Klonoa is like Dark Cloud, where that was a psyop until I saw someone play it.
Yeah.
Klonoa's main character looks so
those
cool.
games don't exist, but people talk about them like they are. But then they suddenly are. I think government's up to something.
Klonoa is most well known for his famous V threads.
I don't know.
He's very cute, you know.
I don't understand.
Tabby, do you want to talk about some of the what else was at the C3? You can have the Microsoft and Sega scraps.
Oh, well,
Sega.
I closed out of it. Let me open it up. But I do remember that Street Fighter Alpha 3 or Street Fighter 03 was being shown off at this event.
Yeah.
Street Fighter Alpha 3, good game. Good Street Fighter game. Has a lot of really bad issues, but good game.
Oh fuck, Maximo! They showed off Maximo too.
So I'm going to talk about the most
Showed
important
off
platform here.
Half-Life.
Oh, I know. No, I'm not going to meme on that. I'm sorry.
It was the PS2 port of Half-Life.
Yeah.
So Blizzard was showing off Warcraft 3: Reign of Chaos at this E3.
So
that game's great. Too bad they killed it by remastering it and ruining your discs.
They did totally beef it.
Oh wait, they looks like they showed off the original Red Faction as well, like the first Red Faction.
Max Payne and Grand Theft Auto 3 too.
I'm gonna be real. I'm not gonna talk about anything that Microsoft showed. I do not.
Wait,
care.
hold on. Let me see Microsoft. Halo.
I'll
What?
be honest.
Come on, you can't just do the chief dirty.
Halo.
Yeah, I though I will be honest. Out of the three, Microsoft is definitely has the weakest showing here. Like Halo is good and
fine for you. 4x4 Evo 2, who cares? Age of Mythology, it's an alright RTS. Warcraft 3 is better. Amped, who cares? Asheron's Call 2, who cares?
Raw.
Fusion Frenzy, who cares? Gun Valkyrie, that's not a real game. Mad Dash Racing, who cares? NFL Fever 2002, who care? Oddworld Munch's Odyssey, I don't care.
Wait, Project Ego. That's Fable. That's Fable.
Fable's mid.
Shut up.
Project Gotham Racing, that's a Batman game.
I'm gonna push back on that, even as someone who's never fucking played Fable. People like the original, at least.
Fable is pretty good.
Every Fable game. I've played every Fable game, and I think they're all not great.
Counterpoint. I've also played every Fable game, and I think the first one is good, and the rest are okay.
Wow, this took a long time to come out. Wow, Peter Molyneux game taking forever to come out. No way.
I make this a bad game. I don't know. I was kind of zoning out there. Did you guys talk about Rockstar?
We talked about
I mentioned GTA 3 and Max Payne.
Okay.
Yeah, what is Vampire
Like,
Knight?
you just like keep going through this like list, and it's like, oh, here's another classic game.
Yeah, it's kind
Rogue
of
Leader
crazy.
was at the show too.
Star
Jedi
Wars
Outcast.
Galaxies. I don't know if you guys talked about that. Star Wars Galaxies slaps.
Wario
I think we
Land
need
4.
Yeah, some dude
Super
wrote like a
Monkey Ball?
Jet Set Radio Future.
Holy shit.
Choo Choo Rocket.
I don't know what that is.
Is a never mind. Don't worry about it.
Did you guys talk about KOTOR?
Knights
No,
of the Old
actually.
Republic? No, I didn't mention it.
Is that here?
KOTOR is there with Neverwinter Nights.
Yeah, Neverwinter
Fuck
Nights?
off. Oh,
Pretty
Hurdy
big.
Gurdy.
I never played Hurdy Gurdy. I don't know
That's
anything
not
about it.
real.
Her Hurdy Gurdy is real,
That's like
Tabby,
Dark
and it will
Cloud.
find you. It's from the minds of the original Tomb Raider.
KOTOR is one of the best RPGs ever made. It's also the best Star Wars game ever made.
Fucking Sid Meier's Civilization 3.
SSX Tricky.
Return of Castle Wolfenstein?
Return to yeah, I saw that too.
Also, yeah.
Heroes of Might and Magic 4?
Trans
People
World
claim to
Surf,
like that
my favorite
series.
transgender surfing game.
Trans Rights World Surf. Fancy Star Online version 2.
I'm going to allow that joke for now, but I'll come back to you.
I will destroy you for that joke. AVP 2. The Simpsons rest. Yeah, no, this E3 is just godly.
Did you guys look at the top contributors to this wiki?
No.
On the side? All right, so you got Craig Bow 180, who's contributed 80 times, and then Marino, who's contributed 5,641.
Thank you for your service, Marino.
That's spot 1 and spot 2.
Fucking Street Fighter Alpha 3, Mega Man Battle Network, Breath of Fire. I don't know why these are here. Were they getting ported or something?
Yeah, I was coming to the Game Boy Advance. The Game Boy Advance port's actually pretty bad.
Oh, okay. Sorry, buddy.
I believe that.
You win some, you lose some.
It's okay. I've never played Breath of Fire.
Morrowind was there.
Unreal 2. I
never actually played it.
Pretty pog.
I heard it's not good. Can we like circle back to Metal Gear Solid 2? I feel like we just kind of mentioned it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Neil
Great
Druckmann's
game.
favorite game.
But I did that win Best in Show? No, the GameCube did.
So
okay. But it won Best Console Game.
yeah, so the best console game, this is all like voted on like just E3 hype, like what they're it's like best console game was Metal Gear Solid 2 with runner up being Rogue Squadron 2. And it also got Best Action Adventure Game with runner-up is Devil May Cry, which is a little weird because I feel like Devil May Cry is a better action adventure game than Metal Gear Solid.
You can probably chop it up to like people not really getting how to play Devil May Cry yet.
Yeah, but yeah, that's a very funny
Especially game journalists.
Yeah.
Yeah. Best PC hardware, only NVIDIA GeForce 3 is there because that's the only PC hardware that was talked about there.
Hey, the 3 series cards were fucking lit. I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they won Best PC Hardware at the Game Critics Awards for E3 2001.
Was Pikmin there?
Pikmin was here, yeah.
Oh shit! Yeah, I got Best Puzzle. Dude, Pikmin fucking raw. I love that game.
Pikmin is really cool.
Pikmin also isn't real, but I know it exists.
They were, yeah, wow. The critics are really hot on the GameCube. It not only won Best to Show, it was Best Console Hardware. Beat the Xbox. They were just really impressed with it, I guess.
I mean, like it's a fucking
Xbox.
cube that plays games.
It helps that it
you can take it anywhere.
came swinging with fucking Melee and Metroid Prime and Luigi. Well, Luigi's Mansion is kind of a. They showed off Mario Kart. Oh, Eternal Darkness! Fuck, I completely missed this. Eternal Darkness was here too.
Yeah.
Ah, fuck! I need to play this game.
Did you play this? Yeah, I think
No, that's the problem.
that's probably gonna be it. Oh, Crash Bandicoot: Wrath of Cortex. I like that game.
You do?
I mean, I played it and I enjoyed it.
Is that one bad?
I don't know. It was good when I played it back in the day.
Well, shit. Hopefully you feel the same when you play it for the channel.
Yeah, hopefully.
You get only the best Crash Bandicoot and Spyro games.
I played
PS2 ones.
I played it on the Xbox when I played it, so really weird.
But yeah,
The power.
I like
Pro Skater 3. Fuck. All right, we gotta stop.
Yeah, we definitely gotta stop.
Every single one of like your favorite games from the early 2000s, it was just at the C3. It was just there.
It's true.
It was there. It was revealed there all at once. I don't know how they did it, but they did. Like the stars aligned, and you got like one of the best E3s ever.
Yep.
Fuck.
The end of the podcast.
This next one is like half as good.
The end of the podcast. Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance? Yo. Oh, wait, no.
We've already been over this. We've been repeating ourselves for
Were we?
15 minutes.
Wait, I don't understand. Oh, okay, they did Dark Alliance and Baldur's Gate 2. Okay. Interesting. I didn't see that. Okay, yeah, that's good. The podcast is over, right?
Yeah, I'd say so. If Pac-Man World 2 was... Alright.